Okay, 1.3 notes. Example 1, we did in class. Example 2, simplifying a complex fraction. This was on the summer assignment, just to simplify, but now we're going to simplify in order to find the limit. There's really long ways to do this. I kind of do it a shortcut way. I think it's the fastest way. I think students have a hard time remembering what to do, but it is the easiest and most efficient way. So if you don't want a fraction, then you just multiply by the denominator. Yeah? That's how you get rid of fractions. Multiply by the denominator. Okay. Here we are. We just have 2, right? A and B. So, do you guys see 2 denominators? Yeah? We're going to multiply. So what's one of the denominators you see? 3 plus x. So we're going to take 3 plus x, and this is going to be treated as the entire numerator, and we're going to multiply 3 plus x. And whatever we do to the numerator, we're going to do to the denominator. So we're not creating a common denominator. That would really take an additional 4 steps. This is really like the shortcut version, okay? So we're going to multiply by 3 plus x, and on the down here, we're going to multiply by 3 plus x. Okay? Isn't there another denominator? Like that would cancel with this one, but there's another one, right? 3 minus x. So we're going to do that one also. 3 minus x. So now you're going to think about this as I'm distributing, and we need to think what cancels and what stays. So we're taking these 2 binomials and distributing to this fraction in front here. So when I take these 2 and they fly over here, what's going to cancel? The 3 plus x. And what's going to stay? The 3 minus x. So watch. This becomes 3 minus x, but the 3 plus x canceled out. Minus. Now, these 2 binomials distribute to this second fraction here. And what cancels? 3 minus x. Hiya, cross it off. But then which one has to stay? 3 plus x. Do we have any more fractions in this numerator? No. I have a mistake on my paper. What is the mistake? Do you see that minus sign? We need to subtract this term here. And this term is 3 plus x because the 3 minus x canceled. So we need to do this. Do you understand why? Okay. In the denominator, we just have x times 3 plus x times 3 minus x. So our complex fraction turned into just a regular fraction. What makes it complex? You have fractions inside of fractions. It is no longer complex. It is now just a numerator and a denominator. All right? We get something really nice and pretty, right? Yes? Doing it this way? Some kids have a hard time seeing it, but you got to like watch these float in the air over here, and then you have to watch that one die, and then you have to watch that one stay, and then this floats over here, and you have to, I don't know. Okay, so, hey, let's combine like terms. Hey, don't distribute the denominator. Triple D, never distribute the denominator. We want factors. Why do we like factors? They cancel. Yep. Okay. What's going on in the numerator here? We have 3 minus x minus 3 minus x. Combine like terms? I probably could have done that in one step. What happens to the 3's? 3 minus 3 is 0. But what about the x's? Negative 2x. Where are we going with this? You know, did you forget where we are? You're in calculus, you're in the middle of an example, and what are we trying to do? We're trying to plug in 0, but we can't. Because of what? This x right here? Okay, but what do you notice now that we've combined like terms? We can divide out those x's, yes? Cancel them out. Hiya, hiya. Now can we plug in 0? Is a 0 going to go in the numerator, though? All that's left in the numerator is -2. In the denominator, what's 3 plus 0? 3 and 3 minus 0. 3. Final answer, -2/9. Not so bad, not so bad. Write down the second example here. So many notes, so much time on video or block day. Never ending. All right, how did Miss Keener do the first one? The first one, didn't worry about that x. All we multiplied by was these denominators here and here, and I put them next to each other on the top and on the bottom. So let's follow that pattern, okay? Sometimes math is just looking at an example and trying to copy it, trying to do exactly what we did. So we're not going to worry about the x plus 6, but we're going to multiply this whole thing by what? X squared minus 12 and x. And then I'm just going to write it on the bottom so that we follow the algebra rules. Okay, you ready? These two factors, is that what they're called? Yeah. These two factors float over to this first term here, distribute to the first term here. And the reason we multiplied by this is for what to cancel? So the x squared minus 12 will cancel with the x squared minus 12. So this piece will cancel, but what needs to stay with the 2x plus 8? The x. Good. And that's going to be a multiplication. So we're going to leave it multiplied like that, not a 3x. All right, ready? Minus. Now the two factors float to the second term, and what cancels? The x's, and what needs to stay? X squared minus 12. Good. Take a deep breath. What is our goal? Our goal is to plug in -6. Things are supposed to combine like term. You might have to factor and cancel, and then you should be able to plug in -6. So take a minute and try and do those steps. Distribute, combine like terms, factor, cancel on your own. I'm going to pause. Okay, I paused to do all the work, but here we go. First of all, we need to distribute the x, distribute the negative. There we have that here. I didn't write the denominator both times. Forgive me. Dot, 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 dot. Okay, because then I know we have to clean that up. So 2x squared minus 1x squared is x squared, and write it in order, plus 8x plus 12. Okay. Then this needs to be factored. So what multiplies to get 12 but adds to get 8 is 6 and 2. Our goal is to plug in -6. That's our goal. So we want the x plus 6 to cancel, which, yay, it finally does. Then we can plug in -6 wherever we see an x. So we have -6 plus 2. What happens when you square a negative? Comes out positive, right? So that has to be positive 36 minus 12 times -6. You could plug that all in the calculator and find the final answer. I didn't have a calculator next to me, so I just simplified -4 over -6 is 2/3, and then I see 2 over 24 is 1 over 12. And then I asked a friend, is 12 times 3 36? And they said yes. So final answer, 1 over 36. Yay!